Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Suyin here. Today I am going to walk you through my thoughts, and it's just a very casual video. You can even see like the top of the microphone head, peeping out from this part of the frame, and yeah, it's very casual. I even have my breakfast with me because it is a Friday, it is the morning time, and yeah, this is a good time to eat breakfast. This part of the video is brought to you by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for all of us. I really like it because I get to explore a lot of topics and classes that I am curious about. One of the classes was Gary Vaynerchuk's class on social media strategy in a noisy online world. My personal takeaway was to not be afraid of the ask, and the ask here is the sale. It's about how we provide value, and we're also meant to ask in return. Whether it is attending an event or buying a product, it is important to not mix messages, and I really gained a lot from that class. I'm also interested in other topics that are available on Skillshare, such as investing, behavioral finance, cryptocurrency, smartphone photography, posing, the art of storytelling, interior design, and last but not least, how to use Notion to organize my life. And there is a class even for that. So here's the deal. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description below will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium, so you too can explore your creativity. See you on Skillshare. So I guess like a couple of things would be on your mind lately. There has been a huge crypto correction. I think it dropped like 50% for most tokens, and I really empathize with the situation if you have recently purchased Bitcoin and you see that fall. And at the same time, I really want to encourage you to think about what was the strategy you had going into this, and to really understand that investing, especially in such volatile assets, this is the results that we're going to get. And it doesn't have to be negative results, especially if you are well planned out. So for the case of mine, you know for a fact that I am not fully into cryptocurrencies, but I do want a little bit of crypto in my portfolio so I don't FOMO. And the story was like what I shared in the LUNO video. I bought 1,000 ringgit worth of Bitcoin at certain points of last year, and then I sold my Bitcoin at one of the higher periods, not the highest periods, but nonetheless, I did take back my capital and 100% of the profits, and then that enabled me to feel like I could not be harmed because I've already done what it took to eliminate risks where the portfolio size of my cryptocurrency holdings is very small, and also I've already taken back capital and profit. So I'm very happy, and I could see whatever was to come. The day came where we saw that huge crash in cryptocurrencies, and at the same time I thought, not investment advice, but what I thought was, hey, this is a really good time to start picking up Ethereum. And that's what I did. I bought 500 worth of Ethereum at, let's say the 15,000 ringgit mark, and then again at 12,000 ringgit mark. So 500 there and 500 there. This is the same thing I do with my stocks. I don't always buy my stocks at one particular entry price. And for stocks, it's much easier because I get to calculate what price I think I should be paying for this company based on a lot of different factors of intrinsic value or earning yields, dividend yields, that kind of thing, right? And yeah, it's not the case for cryptocurrency because I really don't know how much Ethereum is meant to be worth. But what I know is when there is a dip or when there is a huge correction, it's really a good time for me to start buying. And that's exactly what I did. So I really hope that you have not been burned by this experience. And if you look long term, especially because when we are investors, we really want to look long term at our assets. Have a longer term view, not a short term view of a couple of weeks or 1 year. And even if you're not an investor, if you're a trader, I think that's great as well. You just need to know your strategy and execute it as it happens. So on that note, There are a couple things I want to do today for my personal portfolio. I have been very, very bad an investor or an individual stock investor, and as you know, I am predominantly an individual stock investor. Okay, the investing strategy has not changed, but the investing lifestyle has changed ever since I started YouTube. To walk you through a little bit of the journey of how I started investing in my financial empowerment, when I first had my first job, I was working on the skill set of spending money and saving money because I didn't even have that done right. I had really bad spending habits, and saving was pretty okay, but I always waited until the end of the month and I'll save whatever's left over, which was not much. I had to correct that, and at the same time I was learning how to invest my money through individual companies or buying individual stocks of companies, shares, right? And I think that order was very good for me because while learning about investing is such an important thing, it was important for me to really bide my time and not jump in. I'm very happy with that, and I also, because it was like my first job and I had extra time, I was living with my parents, I didn't have to do a lot of cooking and cleaning. Okay, I did some cleaning for my room and a little bit like for downstairs and toilets and things like that, but I had more time on my hands, and I used that time to learn as much as I could about investing in individual stocks. That proved to be really, really good for me because when I look at how my time is now, like time availability, we all have the same amount of hours in a day, but how we use it and what we prioritize for matters. So right now, if you look at my schedule, it's mostly my day job for normal working hours, and thankfully I have a job where I can shut off after a certain time, which is normally like 5 o'clock. Sometimes you have like the occasional thing you need to settle, and that's okay. It doesn't drag on too long. But what I do with the rest of my time really is this YouTube channel. I am so slow with making content, guys. It's not even funny. It's the process of making a video. The videos that you watch that are like maybe 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 18 minutes, they take me a lot of time to make because I'm a huge procrastinator of when it comes to editing videos. I'm pretty slow. Filming the video, I think that takes up the bulk of my time. I take so long to film because, you know, I have to get ready. Even though I look like I just rolled out of bed in my pajamas, I swear this is a casual work shirt. But yeah, you know, I have to get ready, get presentable. And then like after you're done getting ready, you just need to sit here and start talking. And sometimes it's easy, like today's easy, we're just talking. But sometimes it's really hard when it comes to a scripted video. The problem with me is that I don't script. And that is nice, you know, because I get to have a conversation with you. And the problem with that is that sometimes I forget to say the things that matter. Or if I script, I end up talking like a robot and it's not coming across the way I want it to come across. And I will just get better and better over time as I continue to do this. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is the time prioritization has gone to content creation on this YouTube channel. And also, it's not just YouTube, right? It's about managing the whole ecosystem, Instagram, Facebook, to keep all of you engaged, to keep all of you, I don't know, inspired sometimes by the thoughts or the other accounts that I follow on Instagram and Facebook. There's always something to learn, and there are always going to be points in our days where we feel a little bit tired, a little bit sad, a little bit stressed, happy sometimes, and hopeful. So it's about catching people at these moments, and I never know what is going to stick out to you. And that was the same case for when I was teaching my students. I never knew what I would say that day that would stay with them for that day or for their lifetime. Who knows, right? And I guess that's the exciting part of teaching and talking and sharing. So yeah, because of the shift in prioritization, I don't feel like I am the best investor, individual stock investor right now, because I have not been spending the time needed to be that investor. And that's why I also advocate so much for passive or automated investments with ETFs through robo-advisors or digital wealth platforms like STASHAWAY or like SYFE. And because we are busy and we have different priorities in our lives, I don't even have kids and I already feel like my time is quite packed. So know yourself and know how capable you are in allocating your time. And for now, I am still very much an individual stock investor, even though I'm not an active individual stock investor in being on top of the game. But yes, the bulk of my money does sit in individual companies, and who knows, maybe that will change over time. Maybe I'll become a full-on passive investor, just relying on STASHAWAY or SYFE. And I think that is cool too, because if we just get caught up in the image of wanting to be a certain thing, and especially if maybe I'm not the best individual investor, who knows, right? Only time will tell. And I guess what I'm trying to say is I try not to get caught up in a certain identity that I want to be, so that I can make way for what is actually more suitable or more, what is actually a better fit for myself. So I try to keep an open mind, and we'll just see how this goes. But today I have made time to top up my stocks that I am currently holding. So when it comes to an individual company, you will see my thoughts jump in this video, so you can get a real sense of how I actually operate on a daily basis, a little bit scattered brain. Let's say I have 10 companies in my stock portfolio, and I want to do a 10% allocation across all of these companies. What happens over time is that your allocation actually can shift. Let's say this particular company of yours does extremely well, and then this allocation from 10% actually balloons to 20%. Great news. And at the same time, for me, what I do is I take some profits and I don't sell out of the company. What I like to do is take some profits so I can alleviate that stress that I feel of this heavy portfolio weightage in my portfolio, and also then that needs to be reallocated somewhere. So when we buy individual companies, it's not that we're going to buy straight away 10% perfect amount in your portfolio. Sometimes we wait, and we wait for the right price. And because I've not really been on the ball, there are some of my portfolio holdings that are a little bit less than rounded in its allocation. So that means maybe it's like 2% of my portfolio where it's supposed to be 10 or 15%. I haven't finished buying into them yet. And this correction proves to be a great opportunity for certain of these companies that I can continue topping up and buying into. And the idea is to buy more of these shares of these companies when they are lower in price. It always sounds easier to do because the emotional element of investing can be quite overwhelming, especially when you're experiencing things like March of 2020 where we had that crash, or the cryptocurrency correction, large correction due to crazy reasons. And it's important to level up who we are on the inside. And this is what I keep finding out. No matter what I do, I always want to level up on the inside, because I know for a fact that I am still a work in progress. I have so many things that are weaknesses that I am improving. So some of the weaknesses just to share with you, because I hope you don't think there's such thing as a perfect person, no matter what we show you online. I struggle with dealing with my emotions in real time, and it's something that we don't learn growing up. We don't learn in school. I mean, we do indirectly, but no one specifically teaches you how to do it. So you have a lot of great new age parenting in allowing your kids and explaining to your kids what they are feeling and how to deal with it. So I never had that. Sometimes I fall back into the old habits that I have of suppressing my emotions whenever I'm stressed or sad or angry. Yeah, so sometimes those are just like old habits that are hard to kick, but I want to deal with them, especially because I know it will make me a better person, a better friend, a better girlfriend, a better sister, daughter, and that is what I want to work on. maybe also it makes me a better investor. I think it would definitely make me a better investor, so I won't make those rash decisions. So I guess like what I'm trying to say is this is a day in my life or basically 15 minutes of my life of how my brain works and the plans that I have for today. If you're interested in speaking with me and chatting with me and my friend Dividend Magic, we're having this Q&A chat for those people who have supported us and bought our $1,000 challenge t-shirts. So I will link it down below if you haven't bought it already, because we are having this special hour session on Saturday the 5th of June where we're just chilling and just having a conversation, talking about anything really, finance, investing, business if you want to, or you can ask us questions and we'll be happy to answer. So this is just a session for people who have bought the shirts. It's our way of saying thank you. I will be doing a giveaway during that session as well, and currently there are not that many participants. I think there are like less than 10 of us. So if you are keen to join us, very intimate, very cozy session, yes, do get on it. And if you haven't bought a shirt, I really appreciate if you bought that shirt because it will help us to create our charity portfolios. And thinking about that makes me a little bit anxious because I have so many projects that I've started, especially when creating this YouTube channel. There are just so many projects that I've been inspired to do, and one's a workshop, one is this 10,000 charity portfolio that we want to build so that we can give back to charity in perpetuity, and I think that will be very fun to do. There's just so much to do, and for a fact that I know that by selling these shirts we will definitely not make it to 10k in profits for each of us. We're gonna find out more ways on how we can earn money and inspire people that side hustles or side projects are actually very doable. Even if you have a full-time job, it's just a matter of having the courage to test different things out. So I guess like for Dividend Magic and I, we also need to have that courage of trying more things. And for us, that first step that we took in selling merchandise in the form of t-shirts, which we would have never done if we didn't bite the bullet and just have that courage to just get started. So again, thank you so much if you have supported us with buying the t-shirts. You really don't know how much it means to me. I fully appreciate it, and I am nervous but excited to try more things so that we can actually hit our goal of that 10,000 charity portfolio for both of us. So I guess I'm gonna leave it here. The vlog or the chat has been a nice one. I hope it has been interesting for you. So remember to hit the like button and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this casual style video where I'm just talking off the top of my head on the things that are on my mind. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Take care.